In this video, I'll be talking about where the general form of a circle comes from. And in order to get there, we need to talk about what the definition of a circle is. And a circle is just a set of points equidistant from a center point. We'll call this same distance the radius, and we'll call the center point h comma k. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Here's our center, which has the coordinates h comma k. And we're looking at a set of all points that are the same distance away from that point. So forgive my circle here. This is supposed to be a little bit rounded. All right, it's the best I could do here. And all of these points are r units away from the center. We'll pick any one of these points and we'll give it the coordinates x comma y. Well, we're saying that they're the same distance, so let's use the distance formula in order to prove this. The distance formula comes from using the Pythagorean theorem, which I proved on another video in this channel. So we went from the Pythagorean theorem to the distance formula. And you could see that derivation on my YouTube channel as well for the distance formula. And now what I'm going to do is the distance formula helps us find the distance between 2 points. That distance would be the radius, which we'll use r for. And I will use the coordinates of a point here. I'll plug this in for x2 and y2. So this is what we come up with. This is just going to be x minus the center. So I'm going to do x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. And the distance formula says we have to take the square root of that, but I want to make this a little bit cleaner, and I'll just square both sides. When you square a square root, they would actually cancel, giving us the general form of a circle, which is just x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to the radius squared. And in this point, or in this equation, the point on their circumference has the coordinates x comma y. The center would have the coordinates h comma k. So for example, if it was x minus 2, you're subtracting 2. 2 would be the h value. And the radius would just be r units. So you would have to take the square root of r squared in order to find that. I'll just show you a couple examples. So say if we had x minus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 9. Typically you're asked to find the center and the radius. So the center would be x minus h, right? So the h would have to be 2. You're subtracting 2, so the h value would be 2. The k value would be y minus k, or in this case it's y minus 4. So 2 comma 4 would be our center. The radius, we would have to take the square root of 9, because remember 9 is r squared. And if you go to take the square root, you'd get r is equal to 3 units. That's how we find the center and the radius. And then finally, let's graph this, and we'll do one more example. If the center is at 2 comma 4, and the radius is 3. The way that we typically graph this is we go 3 units up, put a dot right there. Go 3 units to the left from the center, 1, 2, 3. Put a point right there, go 3 units down from the radius, 1, 2, 3, and then go 3 units to the right. Connect your dots, try to make it as smooth as you can, and that would be what your circle graph would look like, which clearly is not a function because it fails the vertical line test. One more example. What if I told you that the center was 0, -2, and the radius was the square root of 2 units, and we want to come up with the equation of a circle. So the equation of a circle we would always set up by writing the general form of a circle. We have an h and we have a k value. So x minus 0 squared plus y minus the k value equals the radius squared. X minus 0 is just x, so you could just write x squared for this. Y minus -2 is the same thing as y plus 2, and the square root of 2 would just be, the square root of 2 squared is just the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, which would just be 2. If you were going to graph this, the square root of 2 is a little bit more than 1, so let's go ahead and do this quickly here. 0, -2 is the center, and we're going to go 1.4 units about in either direction and then just connect the dots. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit more than 1 above, to the left, to the right, and then down, connect the points. We'd have a very, very rough drawing of a circle. I hope that helps. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Have a nice rest of your day.